Так, всем привет, с вами Кулич. Сегодня продолжаем играть в Elex. Играю третий день, не могу сказать, что
Jax. Commander Jax. If someone had told me you would turn up here, I wouldn't have believed it. I heard you were dead.
They tried to execute me. I got lucky.
Disgraced, but not dead. An exile. Now the great commander stands before me. How times change. So what can one Alb rebel do for another?
I need your support.
And why should...
It seems isn't the fact that they want us both dead.
No, you would... I should kill you here and now.
You are dependent on Elex. I am not. You can learn from that. You are still tied to Zakor while you take Elex. Even now, you are taking on a fight only because of your addiction. Elex weakens you.
Elex strengthens us physically and mentally, while your emotions weaken you.
My experience as an Alb commander...
They know you as well as you know them. That could be a weakness, and your knowledge of their orders is weeks old. It is useless.
You are fighting the Alexiters. They are my enemy too. Someone from Zakor ordered my execution. Can't you see that our fight is aligned?
Yes. Our struggle is not with the things the Albs stood for, the true vision of our people. These things have been put, and you were their most faithful servant. You saw to it that the Hybrid's word stood above all. You and your brother Calax worked together to kill all who stood in the Hybrid's way. How can I believe you have rejected all that past loyalty? Your arguments have failed to persuade me, but I will give you the chance to prove your value where words have failed.
And why would you do that?
Your survival without Elex. Oh, you have lasted far longer than I could. That makes me curious as to how you have mastered the power of emotions and navigated the world of the free people. It makes me wonder what you will do next.
Я найду Калакс, так. Все, Альба.
I found...
So you have recovered your...
No.
Then it seems that your ties to Zakor are being cut. You will have to use the equipment. That is good progress. But there are still... Calax is the greatest threat left in Zakor after the Hybrid. His attempt to execute you, if that is what it was...
That makes him the big threat to you separatists.
That is true. They say he has taken your place, and now leads the Alb armies into battle.
Then we should fight him together.
Your quest, it feels like an emotional...
He wants...
So you deny that it is emotional. We will see. But whatever the facts, it is still too early. And if they find you, I suggest you stop the Alexiters discovering your resurrection. Your raider crashed in Edan. If the Albs there find someone who has seen you alive, You should kill those Alps before they can tell anyone in Zakor that you are still alive.
You think Zakor doesn't know I'm alive?
We have yet to hear any intel that indicates that they have learned of your survival.
You want me to kill my own?
How many deaths do you have on your hands? Why should it matter that they are Alves instead of the Free People? What does it matter whether you are killing to fulfill the directive?
I thought your fight was with the Elexitors, not the foot soldiers of Zakor.
Believe me, I don't like the thought of killing Alves who have not had the chance to... But the...
Me? Very...
They are monitoring the converter in Edan. Someday Zakor hopes to reclaim it. I will send the coordinates to your...
Так, я выбрал чуть-чуть не ту речь, так что я чуть-чуть назад отмотаю.
Jax, if someone had told me you would turn up here, I wouldn't have... So... And
It's...
the... You... And if I said...
I don't think I'm...
The more time that passes, the greater the risk that Zakor will learn of your survival. Your challenge will only become more difficult. You should get ready as soon as you can.
I thought your fight was with the Elexitors, not the foot soldiers of Zakor.
Believe me, I don't like the thought of killing Alves who have not had the chance to think about... But the troops in Edan are not only capable of reporting your presence, but...
Meaning, you want me to take care of your business.
You want our help. We want you to prove you share our interests.
I want...
But you...
Which faction do you think is most effective?
They each have their own strengths, and the Berserkers are powerful The Outlaws are experts with old-world projectile weapons. They have fewer rules and a freer life. If it is technology you seek, then that can only really be found in the hands of the clerics. But no faction will teach you their skills unless you can show that you agree with their way of life. What? They are monitoring the converter in Edan. Someday Zakor hopes... I will send the coordinates...
I've killed...
So I have heard. It seems you...
You did well, Jax. The cleric's attack has been pushed back. We are preparing our counterattack.
Save your troops for the converters. We must secure the Elex supply.
I will see that is done. Why do they do it, Jax? Can't they see these attacks are hopeless?
Emotions make animals of men. Don't try to understand them. I think the time is drawing near, Calyx. I think the hybrid will soon take us to the next level of evolution.
The hybrid sees all. The hybrid will be served. His is the future.
But then you and Elex never were the squeamish sort.
Killing those few soldiers took brute force. We need a more strategic approach to deal with the forces in Zakor.
That is true. But you have shown a measure of the skills that will be required if you are to achieve your goals. What else do you have to report?
The changes in me are having other effects. I'm having visions.
What have you seen?
I'm not sure. I think they were visions from my past.
What have you learned from them?
Learned? Nothing. The visions have only given me more questions.
That may be so for now, but do not dismiss them. It may be that they have answers to offer you.
What is causing them?
I don't know for sure. There are many stories of Albs who have had visions as their bodies fought against Elex withdrawal. They say that it was something similar that gave the hybrid his first visions, but who knows? All there is around the hybrid are stories, few facts. But perhaps these visions will help you to learn who you really are, now that Zakor has lost its power over you.
Perhaps.
That is good progress. But there are still some things to take care of. Come back when you have more to report.
Ладно, ну... Нужно два помпа. Нужен интеллект 30 сила, 35. Вот это было проходить пока что.
Weapons down. Smart decision.
Что-то сильно далеко забыл.
That's enough now.
Зелье маны мне вообще не нужно.
That's enough now.
Неожиданно. Я думаю, нужно спать и покурить. Сейчас отвлеку. Потому что тут теплица должна быть. Сейчас не тратишь, что взять видео вообще. Ну, смотрел видеоролики, они там тоже убивают, даже не выживают. Все. Неплохо играю. Поэтому пока что рано, там ожидание, выполнить, если не ЛКП, чтобы покачать, открытие замка второго уровня. Покачаю, будет легче немного играть, немножко осознанно. Так, дальше не надо. Можно телепортнуть. Все, далеко так побежим, да. инопланетная какая-то. Атака не проводит. Так что, если враг недооценивает тебя, то может умереть. Так, смотрите.
I'll get this one.
Лопатка, блин. Очень сильно меня ударило. Чуть не разнак вообще. А типа курить.
We should not rely on machines.
Он здесь стоит, пока сохраняет его. Я охраняю. Вы предали. Любит курить.
Look out!
Нежданчик. И хорошо далеко она отлетела. Все надо. В игре, кстати, продумал, как уже с голыми кембрами, где-то будет 4 уровня, наверное, то есть 4 уровня, и с одним и тем же мечом. Сейчас вот это водная минума.
That's enough now.
That isn't enough.
help you.
By us some time ago. They used it for trade and to bring a world heart to Tavar.
Если мы сейчас вниз пойдем, в принципе,
Uncultivated cultivators cultivate laws. No. Uncultivated cultivators cultivate lawfully cultivated cultivations. That's it in the... Wait, what? What the hell is that? Shit. They're attacking. Get up! Get up! Get up, everyone!
Too easy.
Я нашел лук, кстати. Ну, у нас стрел сейчас нету. Так, лук. Нужна лук, 53, всего 34. Кстати, поставим, надо будет,
Well, it's on now, asshole.
Нахуя, блядь, ёбаная, сука, обезьяна, нахуй.
I'll help you. I said we were stretching things too thin to plant a world heart in Tavar, but my words fell on deaf ears.
I will kill you, you fucking asshole!
Try it.
Come on! Put your weapons down!
Yeah. All right. Well, it's on now, asshole.
Look out!
Не знаю, получится ли убить этого Макса, блядь.
Try it.
Come on then, you bastard!
Well, it's on now, asshole.
But my words fell on deaf ears.
Weapons down. That was a sensible decision. Brave but stupid. Why did he even attack us? Orders? For Alexit? Do they even know what they're doing out here? All they need to do is leave us alone. What do you want here?
What are you doing here?
This is our camp. We're here to grow the world heart, in between being attacked by the Duke's men. Once more, they've taken on more than they can handle. And so
Why did you make camp here?
For the world heart. This is where warlords told us to plant it, so here we are. Those bastard outlaws have damaged it a few times, but it's growing back. And soon this land will be changed. From empty desert, there comes new life. And those bastards will find their land transformed to paradise, if they don't kill us first.
So you're...
The outlaws don't believe in anything. Why should they believe in keeping this land? With the right equipment, our cultivators will heal the world heart, and we'll see change here. Until then, I have to prevent more. I just don't get it through my head why they would fight us so hard when we are trying to make this desert inhabitable.
Is there any...
We could do with some healing potion. We need to heal ourselves as well as... If we're to stay and complete our mission, that is. Could you get us those supplies? 5 small healing potions should be enough. That will help the people here and give us a couple spare in case of further...
I have some healing potion.
Thank you. I wasn't sure if you'd understand what we're doing here, if you'd help, and yet you share what you have. Here.
Right.
Then tell them what you've seen here. The eyes in Goliath are turned to the elves, or to the clerics, and with good reason. But we have a mission here, and it is under threat. Without new men, everything we have started here will turn back to desert.
Так, я нашел топорик, посмотрим, как его охуенно. Походу, игра глюкнула. Вот эту руку ставил, типа, застрял. Круто. Да, как у меня партикля нахуй на сохранение. Может, это не убиться. Я пошел пойду. А он здесь фотографию ставит.
too easy.
Чуть осталось до 9 утра. Посмотрим, как со мной вырубы выглядит. Отлично, что она тогда.
I have news.
Oh?
Your outpost in Tavar was attacked by outlaws.
You've seen this for yourself? Or did you hear about it from your friends? Speak up now. Has the World Heart survived?
It was destroyed.
And our men?
Geralt has managed to hold the outlaws off, for now.
He has done well. I will send him reinforcements. If we can hold that part of Tavar, then in only a few years, that desert will be forest, and Idan will stretch yet further across Magaland. Here, you have earned this as payment for your news. This should at least cover the supplies it took to bring me this information.
Да, его у меня опыт нас там ничего не дал. В принципе, можно пойти. Вот, смотри, что там есть. Может, задание было.
Hello. If you want to buy or sell something before you continue...
What do you have?
Everything.
Неплохие очки стоят дорого. Ага, рубашка шахтера. минуты, только потому что раунд бывает из руды. Если мне понадобится. Надо было приобрести, потому что тренировок пропустил. Четко механика можно купить. Потому что ничего не нужно. Четко механика можно приобрести. Ну, здесь тоже брони 2, здесь 2. Ну, в принципе, прикольно выглядит. Инженер такой. Мальчичек. Гигантные палаты.
Hey, I hope your stay in the wilderness was productive and profitable. Forget? How could I forget? The man that turned down paid the shard, so you...
There's no...
Well, as I'm the one in charge of who comes in, and I'm saying there's a fee, people who don't pay hurt the... And if you hurt the fort, you'll hurt me.
Эти идиоты, их не атакуют. Ай. Бля, ёпта. Вот это было произведение. Здесь, ну нахуй. Я могу купить эти очки, сейчас продам такой. Хотя зачем они мне нужны, чтобы предметы лучше видеть? Случилось. Что не понятно. Просто они нужны. Хватит. Недовольство. Недовольство. Страх недовольства выражает. Так, видите, можно было не платить, просто пошмырнуть. Так, как у нас здесь больше. Орла может возить 405 дробных осколков. Я просто думал, когда 200 буду платить, он потом попросит второй раз тоже платить, тоже 200. Я думал, он стал платить. Дебилку, мне никто сам не сделает, не хочет. Все возьму. Походу, если не заплатишь, то все видится.
Do you want to know what I found in the trash in those ruins?
I don't know, do I?
Here, take a look. What do you think's written on there?
I don't know. I see a Q, a U, and a Y.
Crazy, huh? You think it's a code or something?
A code? That's a name tag.
Name tag? What is that?
They used to wear these things so everyone would know who they were talking to.
What? Couldn't they remember?
Who knows? But it's trash. Just get rid of it.
Right. I really thought it might be something useful. I mean, it's on plastic, made to last. Why do that just to put your name on your chest?
Let me sleep.
What a sweatbox.
Maybe later.
Okay, who's there?
It's stuck in the pot.
How come?
That slop Chloe serves at her place tied me in knots.
Maybe later. You have things
Now
to do.
here's
Go
a
and do
reason
now.
across the Tavar Desert.
What can I get you?
Is there a problem?
No problem. If you're here for a drink or chems, if you're here on business. Nope.
Or I'll send you to Matt. Can't you see I'm talking? You know we can't afford shortfalls right now. I am so sick of having to deal with this sort of thing.
Why are you doing
Be
that?
straight with me and you'll get the same back.
Needs a key.
Я вообще урон нихуя, мне нормально, такой урон крутил. Ладно. Давай касается сохранения, посмотрим это. С переворотом, что ли, уже внутри. Остается понятно. Вот это вот раз я взял. Ага. Может это сохранил. Так, здесь мы сохранимся. Пойдем. Тут, наверное, что доходит. Так, сейчас посмотрим. Заплатим ему 400.
Hey.
Да.
Okay.
There. Shards only have the value you put on them. And you just butt your dreams. Have fun in the fort.
Кстати, вот я одел шлем. Слишком теперь я буду лучше видеть.
Find someone else to talk to.
О, теперь можно совсем разговаривать.
Ray's do you really think that's a coincidence?
Man, no wonder you're with Ray. The two of you make a proper pair. Why should I talk to either of you?
Поэзия охуевший. Что вы здесь можете разговаривать? Ну да, просто.
It's good to see you.
Что здесь на продажу? Где, ну-ка? Пошло есть там. Так. Делаем меч. 25, ловкость 25, 25, урон плюс 4. Разновидная клыш. Разновидная клыша больше. Так, пушка. Ловкость 59, сила. Там нормально, это тоже не могу достать. Ловкость нужна, сила нужна. Копье, стрелы, лук. Ладно. Ну, очень нужно пригодится, кстати, нужно купить, надо.
Not now.
Have you ever been in the cage?
Yeah, I was champion.
Fuck off.
I don't reckon. Are you with Bloody Baxter or Logan the...
What if I...
Well, there are those who would say you are a man of integrity. There aren't many here who Some would say you're living in the past, my friend. That you should think before that gets you. So, what do you want?
Tell me.
Why do you want to know? He's gone. No one... There's some who say that Baxter is everywhere and nowhere. That he has spies, eyes and ears. Others say that he was shot in the back of the head and is buried out there in... Whatever the truth, no one's heard from him since Nasty took the fort and the Duke took control. Take my advice and stop asking questions. The Duke won't like it, and if Baxter is still alive, it's not like he's doing anything to defend his own name, is it?
Hey, you. I don't know if anyone's told you, but the Duke, our glorious leader, king of the desert, is raising tax, and I...
So?
Look, I've told the Duke 1,000 times I'm not the guy for... But if I don't get him the shards, he'll put a rope around my neck. Or my wife will. So do a guy a favor and hand over the money. After all, it's better than me and...
Your wife?
She wouldn't want to. No, she's a lady of integrity. I would never say anything bad about her. My wife is a wonderful lady. Calm, majestic. She'd be a queen of the desert if there wasn't already a king. The Duke? So are you going to pay? Listen, maybe you can ask me about it later? Everyone has to pay tribute to the Duke, our glorious leader, king of... So will you hand over the shards now? It'd be better for... Really? You don't want to explain not paying...
Here.
That's not enough. That's only half the amount I need. That the Duke needs for the... I know it feels like a lot, but I didn't make the rules. That was the Duke, our glorious leader, king of the desert, and lord of...
There's no...
Why would I risk my neck to lie? I told you, I know you're looking at me and not feeling that threatened if you don't pay. But the Duke stands behind. Mess with me, and and no one here is going to...
There.
Yes. I'm sure that's enough tribute to keep...
You really love...
Yes. Oh, yes. You can tell her that if you meet her, that you've never met anyone who loves his wife. You could even say I worship her. And if anyone says anything about Cindy and us being in love, how could I betray my wonderful, blessed son?
If things...
Split? Split up? The only thing that would split would... I'm not the first, you know. Every few months she picked... And have you met any of her exes here in the fort? No. And there's a good reason for that. No one... I've never had much here. I don't know why she picked me of all people, but now she owns me until... And if she finds out about Cindy, both warrior, lover, goddess, she's everything a man could ever want. Oh, I don't... I can't...
Not now.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, of course. Why would it be anything else? If you don't know the past...
What the fuck do you...
Power, shards, and an easy...
Already got them. They're overrated. I really don't like small... So tell me what you want, or leave me the...
What make...
You really want to know who I... You
I was hoping...
Maybe. Listen, I meet a dickhead a day who tries lines on me. So unless you've got some real business, or unless my brother the Duke sent you, take the talk to...
Sure.
Come back when you've got... Don't hassle me with anything
Don't do that
There's
again.
nothing... That's it. Leave.
What do you want? I hate you, outlaw. First you take me prisoner, then you hold me captive, then you let me sit here going stale. You waste... I think it must be because they enjoy torture. They did say they wanted me to develop technology for them. But what do I actually get to do? Nothing. So tell me, what do you really want from me?
If you...
Because those bastards wired me. You must know that.
What do you mean?
If I go further than 100 meters from the fort, boom! An explosive implant will kill me. But knowing the junk technology here, this thing will probably just blow up on its own, even if I don't try and leave the fort. My only hope is that the outlaws will let me go at some point.
I see.
What crimes did you commit to end up here, hmm?
What makes you think?
Everyone here did. They were forced here, or they came because they didn't have anywhere else to go. Which one are you?
Neither.
Yeah, everyone thinks that. So if you're not a prisoner, what do you want from...
What are you...
I am working on... I am building... The Comet's gonna have nothing on what the Duke's got me putting together.
You're built...
A bomb?
A bomb is
This won't blow up a few mutants. This will evaporate a whole damn city. This is...
The Duke wants to destroy a whole...
Who knows? Depends how big we build it. But from my calculations, it will destroy a city at least. But who cares exactly what goes up? This is a thing of beauty. Beauty.
Which city?
Pick one. The King of the Desert has a lot of enemies.
Zakor, Abessa, Idan. Do you think any of them is going to mess with the Duke once they know he can evaporate their acid?
Huh. Whoever owns this would only need to do it to one city and then no one would mess with him again. But I am only an emissary, an artist working to create the Duke's vision. Have you spoken to him yet, the Duke?
No.
Then you don't know his genius. Speak to him. But be careful. He...
How is the
Big Bang, the Comet's daughter, the Firebringer. She's all I just need a few more things, and I get those, and she'll be ready to change.
How did you...
Captured. Set free. I was in the wrong place at the right time. No, or the right place at the wrong time. Should have died. Would have died. But the Duke wanted a pet. Hooked me up on chems and told me his plan.
What?
What? Have you seen that desert? Without protection and completely alone. Prophet of problems. Which are you bringing me?
How can I...
Doesn't matter where the shards come from, it's whose pocket they end up. If you want to make your way in Tavor, you need to start with Prophet. Only that...
Then you...
I need your help.
Do you want...
I'll give you 30 seconds. Tell me what...
If you...
A job? All right. Find Conrad. You'll find him in the rocket silo. Tell him I want the job finished. And then, if he doesn't finish his job soon, and then... Oh, and to be clear, you might be disposable, but Conrad isn't. If he dies, there's your job. Now get the fuck...
One...
No question. Get the...
I think we've learned what we're going to learn for now.
Quick on the uptake, this one, ain't he? You should keep it. Do you see any more indiscipline than there is? Everyone here is...
Everyone here is decided. Liberty, profit, survival of the... Those are the laws. Those are the... And everyone in Tavar knows that... What about the berserkers and their... They don't even know where their leader has gone. He's hiding in the mountains while they grub around. They know nothing about... Well... And we don't even have to...
And the cleric.
Who talk of technology but worship supers... While we grow day by day, they are dying in their stronghold. Soon we will pick... You can get the job done. Now get your fucking ass out there and get it.
Sent me to help you.
What? Ah, I said we're all prisoners here together. All together. Well, if you're here to help, I need some components. If Big Bang is going to back...
Do you...
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're not inventing anything here. This is recreating. You wait till you see her in action. None of us were here when the comet hit, and she's the closest you're gonna get to that.
All right.
So, first and foremost, I need an inverse phase conductor, and a proprietary Edwards condenser, of course. And if you get those, then you'll need to get me a concentric cross-armature.
Anything?
Definitely, but it will be good for both of us if you hurry. The Duke is starting to get impatient. He wanted Big Bang ready to go last month, and she's not ready to go yet.
Where?
You think I've been out in the desert? How should I know? Finding them is down to...
It's...
okay. Okay. Some of these components are specialists, but the others are just... Find some pre-comet tech, and you should find the things we... You can spot them in the desert, because of those... They drink the oil or something. Talk is...
Well, trust the Duke of Tavar to pick that monolith to live in.
You can't pass up that opportunity.
You don't feed the belly, the rest of the body.
That's enough now.
Fuck this.
Alright then, fuck you!
Случайно вместо 300 дней.
Well, trust the Duke of Tavar to pick that monolith.
Well, well. Another time, yeah?
Luck only comes to those who help themselves.
Yeah, of course. Why would it be anything else?
I'd love to see Angram's face if he saw that. Huh.
Hey.
Do I know you? You see, I'm thinking so. I'm asking myself where you saw the fucking sign that says... Yeah. The last comedian I met kept telling jokes even after I wrapped him in... You know, he laughed all the way until his larynx got torn out. The fuck do you want? You think you can make it here? You think the Duke is going to start giving you your... Why the fuck would the Duke want it? What? We make profit, and we keep those shitbag factions out of our business. Scrap is what we've got, and scrap is who we are, and it will be done. From the ruins of the old... It's out there, waiting to be found. You just need the people to get it. And they are the easiest... Now you come. It's always about... So, you can work for me. I've got the shards. You just have to do me.
About... Where do you...
Well, first, I want some answers. I sent some scrap collectors out to scavenge a set of ruins. Everything I heard about those ruins screamed. And yet, so far... So, I want you to go and find out what's happening. Remember that if you want to make profit. Because I'm in charge of the... Which means you don't make profit. This entire scrap life, bring me, and as long as you don't, or steal from me, or keep asking me, so enjoy your freedom.
I'd heard the sands of Tavar hit a lot of old world material.
I'd heard Adan hit a lot of old farts. Seems that it's...
Well, takes one to know. Remarkable country. I'll get this one. All right then.
nowhere to go. Behaving like it's the end of the world. The government has made it official. We're supposed to go to the coast. But the traffic? The only roads that are open are up into the highlands.
What these ruins must have witnessed.
That didn't work. Good enough for that.
I'll help you.
doing here? There is nothing for you here. It's better if you go, believe me.
What these ruins must have witnessed. Let's go. I'll get this one.
Do you want to know what I found in the trash in those ruins?
I don't know, do I?
Here, here.
I'll get this one.
Опять моя игра внукнула, блядь. Везде кладов отказывалась. Охуеть.
want to know what I found in the trash in those...
Let's go.
Not now.
Двигаемся.
What these ruins must have witnessed.
That didn't work.
We better be on our guard here.
Видимо, можно убить, если я надолго это ставлю. Там сразу Вон, столько много шкафов.
That's enough now. That's enough now. That's enough now.
Put that weapon away. Glad you got it.
I'm here. That's enough now.
Glad you got it.
We're supposed to be working together.
Not now. Not now.
That's enough now.
Что-то стреляет куда-то непонятно, блядь, в стену. Блин, что американцы это работало.
Not now.
тупорылый, блядь. Ну, называй мертвым. Сишка. Я там попирался, блядь.
The edge of the world. Sometimes it's just tempting to throw yourself into it.
Обиделась. Охуеть, нет, наверх надо было идти. Наверх, наверное, да, наверх. На лестнице. Лестница сейчас. До красных доходит, надо сюда спальню нажимать, чтобы не получилось. Потому что если его выбор не нажмет, может у нас опять выпустить. Так, 16 кусок серы. Можно здесь стойти передохнуть. Я не помню.
That's enough now. That's enough now. That's enough now.
Нихуя себе ты, бешеная курва. Остановись, пожалуйста. Смотри, как она атаку делает. И атаки получается. Блядь, я не успеваю его, когда я замахиваюсь, надо проводить. ловить. Отлетаю я вот туда. Давай. Да, машина, блядь, рюкзак надо, я вообще какой-то. Уже по-любому нужно костюм, знаешь. Давайте повызываем тогда. Просто. Ладно, тут пришли на точку, то быстро. Добрались, надо положить. Надо нам сохраниться, короче. Потому что вообще нереально быстро выбирать, очень сложно. Ничего, такая предельно сложно стало. Не предельно, а как? Блять, там кто-то есть. Блять, да нахуй я не беру. Чё, извини, я сохранился, надо же. Вот вы видели, я сохранился прям вовремя. И чувак, блядь, там в мешке спал, я что-то не заметил, один чужой глюк такой вообще пиздец. И все ради мяса. Крысы, мясо. Крысы, блядь. Да, мяса нету. Мясо дал. Мясо нету. Жалко, что мяса нету. Нам здесь безопасно вроде как. Отдохнуть у нас. Штука. Хорошо. Здесь поставим, короче. Не должен меня никто не убить. Но на всякий случай поставлю на паузу, пойду.
You don't look like a reaver. Normally, the ruins only attract reavers. But if you were a reaver, I'd have a bullet in the head already.
Are you collecting scrap?
Collected? You don't collect it out here. Every last bastard piece you find, you have to fight for it.
Sounds like you're having trouble.
Welcome to Tavar. Trouble here every day. To make it worse, it's mostly from outlaws, my own people. Everyone else on Magalan is scared of owls. I'm watching my neighbors. Doesn't seem to mean anything that I collect more from the ruins than the other collectors. I suppose I should just be happy I'm still alive and that there's normally something left for me in these ruins. Otherwise, I'd just starve out here.
The scrap baron.
I know, but I can't.
You think the scrap baron will be interested in your excuses?
No, I know he won't. I know he'll want me dead, but I told you, all scrap.
And who is the new ball?
Vol, that's all I can say. I can't tell. But it's best if you stay away from that island, unless you want your head scrambled.
You're hiding.
Well, I'm not hiding anything. I just...
What can't you say?
Anything. There's something in my mind.
So asking that isn't going to get me anywhere.
Так. Уровень одного, что ли? Дальше, я прям как рандом, блядь, без силы, без всего, без мяса, блядь. Охрана. Давай спасать салочку прокуску, вот открыть. Просто говорим, что все.
Go for it!
Not now.
These outlaws are... but somehow they find a way to stay alive out here.
May Kalan bless you. Now tell me, are you a son of Tavar? Did you swear allegiance?
What do you want?
Why would you hide? So,
planning...
Why choose that? You'll get no loyalty. You'll be counting your breaths as much as you count your shards, for if you run out of one, you choose as you may, but don't try and steal anything while you're here.
Так, я сохранился вроде там, начнем заново. Ну как, сохранение, я тоже сохранился.
Make a land. Now tell me, are you a son of...
I'm not part of anything.
Then you can stay here as my guest. All clerics offer a hand to all. I hope one day you will come to serve. Remember my hospitality when you come to...
You should...
We have persuaded those who found us. These weak-minded outlaws cannot stand. They'll take any order I suggest to. You have to keep your orders simple, but if you do, even an out.
How long will they obey you for?
As long as I want.
Wait, you used
My rate of success was high, but...
What problems?
One outlaw... He wasn't as dumb as he looked. I thought I got through to him, but I was... He ran when he got the
What if he turns up?
No, I don't see... If he'd told the other outlaws, they would be here already. And despite his resistance, our ex-prisoner... He's... I want him, and I want my
Your
Yes. When he got away, he... Just make sure I get my weapon back, and I
can help.
Thank you. It is a scar on my honor. Bring it...
Now work.
That isn't enough.
Things our world has achieved that are now lost to us. That's enough now. You'll pay for that, asshole. We're supposed to be working together. What a sweatbox.
Keep your eyes open. There's always more damn jackals. I think they know I want every last one of the things dead.
You want them all dead?
Why wouldn't I? They ate my whole damn family. Now I'm going to kill all of theirs. I spend every spare minute tracking them down. When I'm not trying to get enough meat to live, to sell, and that takes most of my time. People don't work for the Duke. That's the whole point of being outlaws. Not that anyone there is really You know where to find the teeth on a jackal? In the fort. You think you know where the knife is. You're best out here with the jackals rather than in there with the real
Do you want help, hunt?
Nah. This is something I need, and I need to earn. Sure. Tell me what you need and I'll end as long as I've not already promised.
Who's...
I've known Scrappy for years. He's the only man my old dad would listen. He's been fading fast, though. Trying to survive on that trash heap below the fort. He wouldn't take charity, so I've been swapping old chems for meat. I mean, no one else... Am I exactly... You are okay. I'll give you... Here. Scrappy knows what to pay. I'll see you.
Sure.
What do you...
Господин, на пост не ходил? Я поеду в час в сторону, по доброй спуре. Ты как, за? Пешком что было, дорогу кладешь, проедешь. 12 тысяч рублей. Сейчас купил у нас один. Кружки новые, 17 тысяч.
Put that weapon down. Now you get it.
That's enough now. This one. Even in the old world, people looked out for each other. That's what this place says to me.
Oh, we got a nice catch here. Nice, nice. Fresh meat, and it got a fair amount on you. Boy, you're gonna cook up nicely.
Cook?
Oh, yes, we'll do you justice. A few sprigs of scragweed and some cogroot. Oh, and you'll be just right for us. I'll get you.
remarkable country. Even in the old world, people looked out for each other. That's what this place says to me.
Get rid of those cannibals. Come on.
That's enough.
Какой-то глюк произошел. Сейчас посмотрим.
All right then, fuck you!
Just give me a minute to calm down, will you? Shit. A moment longer and those cannibals would have had me over the fire. There's enough creatures out here trying to eat me without people trying it as well. That's not something I want to go through again. Hit. Here. Ah, that's good. There's something you saved me. I mean, and I've learned a lot about Magalan's history. But cannibals? Phew. I haven't heard of any. Most of what we live on in Tavar is from the past. So history is profitable. Interesting, too.
What are you doing up?
The light beacon. I've always... There used to be a cry for help. Or a way to give help. I've seen leaders come and go in the fort. And there's only one. So, I look for ruins. Visit the beacons. And I find things to earn. My age? Age is bullshit. Wrinkled. I know these lands better than to come alone. I was traveling with a... They needed a lead. I needed some help. On our way there, we got... I didn't want a chance to fight with them. They were much... They didn't make this... They...
Very good. That's enough now.
I'll get you.
You will learn.
I'll get you.
Just give me...
What?
They... So...
You came...
That what? I know these lands better than to come alone. They needed a lead. On our way there, we got... I didn't want a chance to fight with them. They were...
What?
They didn't... Now, that...
Tell me about...
Gladly.
Tell me about...
Well, it might not seem like there's a lot of hit. When the comet hit, But not everything was destroyed. Some building complexes, like the fort, survive. When the sand shifts, other buildings appear. And then, not that everything that's buried is good. Logan, the Duke, as he's known, back before the comet hit, they stored weapons there. Serious, end-of-the-world weapons. And there's...
What kind of...
I know the history, not the science. But these things were supposed to destroy cities. They were supposed to...
How could they do that?
I don't know. Big explosions. Big. That's why I want to be a long way from here.
Tell me about the fact...
Well, their recent history. I mean, they only... Before that, there were countries and governments. Millions of people But there aren't really records from after the comet hit. No one was writing things down. No leaders. All the things they relied on to... But it didn't take long for people to form groups to get resources. And it didn't take long for... All factions think they've got ways to save us. They're all just...
So, there are a lot of gaps in your knowledge.
Well, some. There were more records kept during the territory wars. That was once the factions had formed. I guess as soon as you're a group, you want to start keeping a history of who you are. Anyway, instead of fighting over 1 or 2 tins, the factions started fighting over land. Any small factions that were left got absorbed or destroyed. I mean, instead, there were yet more deaths. There aren't numbers, but I'd guess at least half of those still alive. Finally, the people in charge realized the cost was too high, so they formed a council.
A non-aggression.
Well, peace is always fragile. The Berserkers and Clerics have totally different... But, after all the deaths, the factions knew. So, the peace lasted, more or less. There were always some hotheads, some isolated clashes, but the leaders brought their people. All the factions rebuilt their lands, worked on...
So?
They were just a small splinter group. They went up into Zakor, into the ice, and no groups were interested in that. They built their strength, and then they invaded. The factions would take... The Alps captured people, land, built their converters before the factions could respond. What happened to the prisoners, the dead?
I've heard it.
At least you did listen. That's not always the case today.
What do you know?
They were a group living up in the woods, trying to grow their own food, and they evolved from... Everyone else was fighting for what was left, but they decided to make something new. It was some guy called Amric that started them. The new guy they have there, Thorold, the Pilgrim, sees himself as some sort of spiritual successor to Amric. He has changed things there. They're pushing out... The Berserkers used to stay in Edan, mostly. They'd fight to protect their borders, make assaults outside them, and then pull back. Now they're holding ground. It seems the Pilgrim wants to purify all of Edan. They're gonna use their world hearts to change the... They want to use their magic to turn the clock back and make Magalan what it was. Well, they'll change it. But whether Magalan was ever like they say, that's just a fantasy.
How much do you...
Secretive lot. They probably know more about history than the others, but they keep it to themselves. But this god they believe in, Kalan, why they've created a god and worship technology? Well, everything else they do is about knowledge, and so why invent a lot of hocus?
Why did
the war? They put their faith in their fighting machine, but either their prayers weren't answered or they had a technological hit. They went into battle with the Berserkers, and their machines shut. They were defeated. Heavy losses. Those left retreated into Ignadon. The clerics' numbers never recovered. I guess they must have fixed whatever the problem was with their fight.
Is it?
No, don't waste your time on my old bones. The only thing I'm interested in, and I don't think you are the story.
What do you...
Hardly any.
Maybe
Now I am curious.
It makes them stronger, greater strength, lower levels of fatigue, reduced pain. It turns men. Elex keeps them clear thinking. It removes the emotions that could get in the way.
So it means no one can argue with orders.
It reduces the chances. That's one of the reasons Albs are so successful. They operate together without question.
Not all of them. Some operate alone.
Then you've heard of the Elexitors. They rule in Zeke. They still consume Elex, but they are given a command role.
You mean like Wardek and Calax? Or Jax?
Yes, they are names to be feared. Though I had heard that...
So the rumors say. What else do you know about the...
that they have as good as or better knowledge of technology than the clerics. That's because you and them have something in common.
Me? What have I got in...
An interest in history. The Elexitors, well, they have found some fragments of old world information.
They're interested in the old world?
No, not at all. They just want the technology. Interest is emotional.
Interesting. Not many people seem to...
That's all I know.
That was very
Give me the...
Why should I...
I want to get...
And? Do you think...
He is only interested in the weapon, not you.
Well, but give me a little Elexit for the trade at least. Then I have something up my sleeve if I ever get into any...
We help each other out.
Well, you had a beer from me, so yeah.
How long are you going?
I think I will get comfortable. Maybe I'll even get this light tower working. Man.
Very good.
Там сейчас больше поедем.
That didn't work. That didn't work. That didn't work. That didn't work.